Hello, good evening friends, and welcome to my channel called as Astro Know Me. Know as in K-N-O-W, me. I am going to cover up the 12 Rashis and the 12 houses of the horoscopes and what significance each house has for each one of you. I'll be explaining that in detail in this series on the YouTube. So I'll start today with the first Rashi of Brahman, the first Rashi of universe, which is called as the Mesh Rashi, the number one Rashi, which in English we call it as the Aries. To know about any Rashi, we must know the elements of that Rashi. Unless you know the elements of the Rashi, the characteristics of that person with that Rashi is difficult to conclude. So if I talk about the elements of Mesh Rashi, if you see the descriptive form of this Rashi in the space or in the universe, it is shaped like a medha, it is shaped like a sheep. So if you observe a sheep in a hilly area or a green pasture, you will find it's full of innocence and it's full of energy. So the people born under Mesh Rashi, if we relate them to this medha or sheep, they are actually very innocent, simple, joyful, and at the same time they are in a hurry, they are full of energy. This Rashi, the Swami planet, the Swami Graha is Mangal, Mars, and the Uch Graha of this Rashi is Lord Sun. So it is recommended that people born under this Rashi must worship Lord Sun and Lord Hanuman. Tuesdays are the lucky days for this Rashi, and to understand more elements, like I said, they are extremely energetic. People born under this Rashi would like to do and complete their assignments on the same day. They don't want to wait for tomorrow. There is no tomorrow for them. They want to do it right now. They want to do a PowerPoint presentation right now. They want to do an assignment right now. They want to go shopping right now. So everything is just today and only today. But unfortunately, people born under this Rashi are not very strategic in nature. They have in Hindi what we call as Vichar Shunyata. If you ask them their plans 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, they might not be able to give you an answer up to your satisfaction, because they are not very strategic in nature. They don't think about tomorrow, they don't think about day after tomorrow, they don't have a strategy in their minds. So they would like to do all their assignments today. That's one of their characteristics. If we talk about the other elements of this Rashi, it is a fire sign. So in zodiac we know that Aries, Sagittarius and Leos, all three are fire signs, and Aries being a fire sign, it represents force, aggression and determination. So normally people born under this zodiac sign are very forceful and aggressive in their speech, in their action. As we all know that fire also represents passion, so they are very passionate about their work, about their lifestyle, in whatever walk of life they do or they perceive. If you see their sign closely, the descriptive form of their sign closely, it's a rod and there are two curves on either side of the rod, which looks like an anchor. So what does an anchor do? An anchor is capable of grounding a ship to the port or to the banks. It has that kind of capacity. So what does it indicate and what relevance does it have with people born under this Rashi? It means that they are born leaders. Leadership is in their DNA. They are extremely headstrong and they have all the qualities which make them a good leader. And like I said, this is the number one Rashi of Brahman. Even they would like to become number one in whatever aspect of life they choose. Most of the Aries descendants I know have done exceptionally well in their lives, and largely because of their aggressive nature, their forceful nature, their passion for life, their passion for work, etc. But having said that, most of the Aries are a little impatient. They action first and they think later. And when they retrospect and when they introspect later, they found that they might have done some mistakes in their decision making. Their decision making and action is extremely fast. They would like to do it today, they would like to action it today. But sometimes they regret later. For example, an Aries impulsive buyer would like to buy a garment if he or she likes a garment in that store or online, they will buy it immediately. But then after 6 days, 7 days, they will realize that the equivalent form of garment was available in the next door shop at 50% discount. So it's because of their impulsive nature, and it's because of their impatience that sometimes they regret later. Like I said, that for them action is the fundamental of all success. So they are highly action oriented, and while they are performing actions, their mind is also working 24 hours. Their mind is never free of ideas. They are always thinking of something innovative. Their mind is always busy. They are highly talented people. They are very friendly people. If you greet them, they'll accept you and greet you back with a large smile on their face. They are extremely enthusiastic about things and about their assignments. They are extremely energetic. Of course, the virtue of energy comes from the element called as fire. One important aspect of Aries descendant is that they get angry very easily. But the faster they get angry, the faster they get cooler. You have to be very careful in talking to an Aries descendant, especially publicly. You have to be extremely polite, humble to them. If by any chance you enter into an argument with them or try to speak to them in a humiliating manner or in a manner which provokes them, then they are going to come back to you in a very wild way. And it's not good, because being a fiery planet, fiery descendant and fiery Rashi, and because it denotes fire, the mind is also full of anger. But like I said, they are one of the most honest, simple, clear-hearted, transparent species on this earth. So whatever is there in their heart, it's there on their tongue. It's not that they have this artificiality that they speak something else and they think something else. So it's just a suggestion that if your partner is an Aries and if you want to convey something to them which may be not acceptable to you, please do that in private and in one-to-one. Never enter into an argument with them on a public platform. Aries are extremely hardworking, like I said, extremely passionate about their jobs, about their assignments, and it is this virtue which takes them to the greater heights of the professions and the verticals they lead. They enjoy the worldly comforts, the wealth and prosperity throughout their life, and once they have decided to achieve something, normally they get it by virtue of their hard work and passion. It is always seen that an Aries descendant normally attains great amount of success from a distance from his birthplace. So if somebody is born in Delhi, but you will see him that he is settled at Seattle and he is doing it extremely well. So this I am talking even before liberalization. Liberalization came very late during the Congress regime, but and that's why multinationals came and so many jobs came across the globe. But Aries, if you see that even before liberalization, they would have settled themselves at a larger distance from their birthplace. So if somebody was born in Calcutta, you would have found him settled in Mauritius, and they are doing exceptionally well. This is one of the characteristics of the Aries descendants. Another important point is that they don't like dishonest people. So if they find any kind of dishonesty in their friend circle, in their colleagues, or even in their partners, they would like to withdraw from their partnership or withdraw from their friendship. It's a very important aspect, and that is the reason why sometimes they get a huge setback in their romantic life or in their love life, because they are extremely clean-hearted, transparent, very straightforward, very honest people, and they expect the same from their partners as well. And if they find that there's some kind of a dishonesty or cheating in their partner, they will definitely withdraw from their partnership. So be very careful if you are getting married to a Aries descendant, or if you have a Aries friend, be extremely transparent and honest with them. That's just a suggestion. They are highly trustworthy. In case you have a partner Aries, you can watch them, because they are watching your back, and they are somebody that in whom you can confide all your secrets with. They do not let out your secrets once you have told them. They are highly trustworthy, and they will always watch your back. They should never be used, and they should never feel that they are an object of use. If that kind of feeling comes into them, then also they go into that withdrawal stage. You cannot tie them, you cannot dominate them. That's one of the other characteristics of them. And one of the most visible characteristics of Aries is that they love traveling and especially eating spicy food. So if you tell a Aries that okay, let's go and have some chart and then go and watch a movie later, they will just accept it with open arms and with a smile on their face, because they just love traveling and they just love eating spicy food. Of course, like I said, the impatient virtue always lands them in trouble later, and they realize that only after retrospection. So these were a few of the characteristics of an Aries descendant. Few examples of Aries descendants and personalities is one of the richest Indians in the world, that is Mr. Mukesh Ambani, is a staunch Aryan. Mr. Ajay Devgan, the film actor, Renuka Shahane, then you have Rani Mukherjee, you have Satish Kaushik, the actor Jitendra, and Jayaprada. I'll be covering the rest of the Rashis in the rest of the videos, and in my next video I'll be taking up the Wrish Rashi, that is the Taurus. And before that, if you have liked the content of my video, I would request you to kindly like it, subscribe it, and press the bell icon. In case you need any consultation on astrology one-to-one, I am available at 9742 881188. That's my mobile number. You can reach me directly, and I'll be more than happy to assist you with any queries of your horoscope, your Navansh, your Mahadasha, your Pratantar or Antardasha. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll get back to you with my new series in the next episode. Thank you.